Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Whose Side Are You On? We live here today, episode 2. I go by Jamal JLA on Instagram. See, I got the paper planes, rapping my favorite group, favorite team sneaks. Yeah.
Will Songs on everything.
Can you say your name first before the?
My government name is William Songs. You can follow me on Twitter, Will Songs, Instagram, Will Songs, Snapchat, Will Songs, all of the above. Episode 2, let's get it.
I'm D. All social media platforms, Pretty D 1033, and I'm not gonna be as extra as them, so we can get started on.
I'm
this.
hyped because I have my energy drink, so excuse me.
It's kind of early.
It's early as
It's
hell,
really
so
early.
I'm gonna get my
It's
energy
not that
throughout
early.
this show.
We're only
It's
doing
very-
this early because we're trying to go to homecoming today.
It ain't
Well,
that
Will's
early.
not coming, but
My birthday is Monday though.
Happy early birthday. I'm wish
Yeah,
your
happy
birthday.
birthday.
Monday too, but yeah.
Same birthday as LeVar Ball. Fun fact. ABB. Shout out. Lonzo, I see you last night. Almost a triple double.
almost a triple double.
I mean,
I'm surprised that you like Lonzo. I am though, because
why is that?
it's just like this sounds weird.
Okay.
You're a LeBron fan,
Okay.
then LeBron fans don't really like anything associated with the Lakers.
Oh no.
It's true though.
That is, but
that's
like,
true, right? Okay.
My LeBron loyalty doesn't run that deep, because if LeBron goes to the Lakers next year with Lonzo, I'm gonna have a fucking LeBron jersey.
So that's what you're doing.
And a Lonzo
Yeah,
jersey.
yeah.
That's
and a,
what-
and a
No,
Paul
it's
George
happening.
jersey.
That's
when
what
he
you're
comes.
doing.
Yeah, I'm just.
You're positioning yourself just in case.
I'm in
Do
limbo
you really?
this year.
Okay.
I'm a Cavalier Heat Laker fan this year.
All three.
I
Slash
can't.
Warriors too.
No
So
OKC?
I'm good this year. OKC too. I'm
Okay.
good this
You
year.
know what?
I'm gonna get a ring this year.
Yeah, regardless, you have to with those 5
That's
teams.
all I
so-
know.
He
I'm gonna
just
get a ring.
named the whole damn league, like
Basically.
the main people. Let's get into some. What's going on? Let's get into some topics.
First topic, NY hip hop versus ATL hip hop, so to say. As you know, the success of A Boogie's latest album is definitely, 60,000
Great
this first week. So, do you think him and another wave and more wave of artists are gonna bring hip hop back in New York, or is it still staying in the South as it's been like the past 10 years?
I don't know if I should go first or let the,
I'll
let the
say
New
something.
Yorkers go first.
Do you think like New York hip hop really ever left, or do you think ATL just kind of came in with a new wave and kind of just overpowered like what was already set in stone in New York? Because New York, they kind of started that whole formula, and then Cali, ATL, all these other different locations kind of took that and put their own twist on it and put their style on it.
As far as mainstream, I feel like New York they fell off a long time ago. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, New York rappers are the ones that pretty much made me start liking rap, like Jay-Z, Cameron, Fabulous, whoever. Like, the list just goes on, like all of those. But I mean, right now Atlanta's killing it, but it's a completely different style of music. But it's like at the same time, like they're just trying to attract a different style of audience. Like that's kind of what they're gravitating to. So Future, Young Thug, like it's like they can rap, but they're not rapping like Jay-Z and
Their melodies and cadence.
yeah, it's just
Kinda
totally different.
rappers.
That's why artists like Travis Scott are like on fire right now. And I mean, like I like that type of music too. I just don't have the same respect for them as as lyricists as I would for well, I don't want to say Cassidy because it's New York versus Atlanta, but like Lloyd Banks or whoever you want to throw in there from New York. There's tons of them.
What you think?
Well, ATL, they band together and everything like that. Like all producers, they come together, they make crazy music. So like, of course, the unity is gonna go ahead and spread out the whole state. So everybody's gonna eat and build off each other. So that's why they pretty much stay relevant for the past 10 years. Helping each other out, getting on each other's tracks. You know what I'm saying? Showing mad love. And with New York hip hop, I don't know. It seems like everybody's trying to, I guess, be the one, so to say. So they're just not, I don't know, as open to working with each other.
Well, can I tell y'all like what their perception of New York like artists is? Like, I mean, it's kind of the same with Philly. It's kind of like instead of like bigging each other up like they do, it seems like everybody wants to be like that nigga. Like
You know
Yeah,
what?
that's
like
what I'm
that
saying,
nigga
yeah.
at that point.
I guess being like born and raised from New York, it's kind of in the New York personality. I don't want to say the personality, but everyone there is like, yeah, I'm on my shit. Like even like in high school, like it was like fashion week. Yo, I got the new. And you don't even realize it, but it's kind of like a part of the culture to be. I don't want to say to be number one, but everyone is. You just have that certain like confidence, and I think that might come off different to other states. And then I think with outsiders looking in on that, it kind of brings up this idea that people don't like each other. And then I think it just confuses the whole New York message. I just think a lot of people are confident, and it just gets discombobulated, I think.
It's nothing wrong with that attitude, like especially as a fucking rapper, like you have to.
You have to feel
You
like
have to have
number
that
one.
attitude.
Yeah.
Like when Tory Lanez came out and said like I want to be the best, like I'm coming for Drake, which sounded, I'm a Tory Lanez fan, but that sounded crazy. Like you can't say you're coming for Drake and your lead singles are like all R&B. Like you say you want to be the best rapper, but I mean like that attitude, like I respected it though. Like a lot of people clowned him for it, but I mean like you can't be mad at someone for saying they want to be number one at what they do. And I feel like a lot of New Yorkers are like that with compared to Atlanta, where it's like, hey, Metro booming, like I'll put anybody on my track. Let's all get lit. Let's all get this money. I mean, like I guess it's a matter of preference. I mean, no one's really right
Everybody's
or wrong.
eating out there, you know, and they're all getting that
So-
shot. So
We briefly discussed this before we started shooting. So in your opinion, where did New York rap kind of just go wrong? Now, I don't want to say go wrong, but when did you start seeing that separation? Because I feel like in the 90s, you know, you had like Rough Riders, you had Rockefeller. Like, I don't think the beef was like that crazy the way.
I remember the moment where hip hop like started to change. It's when it's kind of.
Don't say it.
I'm not even gonna say New York. I'm not even gonna say New York. I'm not sure if he's from Atlanta, but like the whole Soulja Boy and like them franchise boys and like and D4L, like R.I.P. Shorty Low. But like when those type rappers like came out and then the kids wanted to, you know what I mean, like start
We
snapping
was all snapping.
Yeah, like it's like that was like
I liked it though.
That was like our mumble rap, but I mean like, and that's when I feel like that's when they realized like, oh, this is what the kids like. They don't necessarily want to hear like the lyrics like nonstop. But I mean like someone like me, like I was raised on the lyrics, but so like.
But I think
I had mixed emotions about it.
I think the kids like.
I was
didn't
cranking
want to
it.
hear
I was
the
cranking it
lyrics.
though. Like,
I think like them franchise boys and all those people, I think they just came in with something different. Because was hip hop not popping back then?
Of course.
it was.
So it's like when they say the kids don't want to hear that, they don't want to hear it after they were introduced to something different. It's like, oh, this is less complex. I
think they didn't realize it would take
Yeah.
off like it did, and then when they did, it was like, oh, let's keep doing this. Like,
Yeah.
And there's an abundance of rappers who came and go with the same style.
You made this point in the group chat, I think. I don't know if it was the group chat or not, but like Soulja Boy, I think you said I blame Soulja Boy for all of this. I think was that you?
I kind of just said that.
No, but I'm saying you said that before,
Yeah,
before
before
you said that, and I never thought of that because they kind of say, like, it's almost like they try to make it seem like the little Yachty's kind of started this mumble rap
Mumble rap's
thing.
been around. I was talking to someone else the other day. It was for a time period. You can say Chief Keef and Waka Flocka and all them.
They had their own drill music. I wouldn't call that mumble
Chief
rap.
Keef,
But they
finally
weren't-
rich.
They weren't traditional rappers. It is not a classic.
No, that's not a classic.
Definitely a
album.
classic
It's
in Chicago.
Oh yeah, most
I don't,
definitely.
there's mad Chicago artists, so I don't even know about.
How
classic.
It's a
Finally
classic
rich.
Chicago. It has to be.
What for drill music?
For Chicago culture, it has to be.
That is definitely.
And who else can you really put up there? Kanye, Common, and I mean.
But Kanye and Common don't make drill music.
I know. I'm just talking about in Chicago. He's talking about. Like,
I feel like
Chicago artists.
we're getting off topic.
Yeah, really.
Shit.
We are.
We're gonna
But-
rewind. Skirt. What were we saying?
About who killed like New York hip hop.
Okay, so you guys were
50
saying
Cent.
yeah.
I say like 50, and then also like
I don't think that though.
he played a part because he didn't have to really go at Jadakiss and Fat Joe and all that stuff.
I feel him though.
He didn't really have to. That just like showed like the
No, but
like,
didn't that start from stuff outside of music?
nah,
The Ja Rule started.
The Ja Rule
outside
stuff.
of
That's
me.
something
Yeah.
different. But the
But-
50 and Fat Joe was
but-
just like, yo, guilty by association. So I'm gonna come at you anyway.
I feel him though.
But that's true. That's almost like. I mean, I guess in the music industry it's different,
Yeah.
but
I can relate
if
to that
we-
type
if-
of petty though. Like I'm not mad at him.
I could understand
Yeah.
where he came from, and 50 was also younger then, so it's like, but 50 moves like that, like, oh, you gonna do a song with somebody that I'm beefing with before you guys try to build up this power team and come at me. I'm just gonna knock everything down and ask questions later. So I think that's how he is. He's like, I'm gonna shoot first, and then we'll ask questions later if it's an issue. And I think 50 held his own in that.
I get that though.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
He did. He didn't destroy.
D Block was relentless with it though.
Yeah, they had. They were not letting up
with that one.
Yeah. But
everyone else, like, and even Rick Ross, kinda like that. That was like a tie to me.
Yeah. He said he was gonna end Rick Ross's career.
He definitely did not.
But that was hilarious. The 50 and Cameron, was it? Wait, 50 and Cameron, right?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny when Cameron was in
Curtis,
when he was at the he was at some pool.
Oh yeah.
When he does, we gotta find that clip when Cameron was by the pool. He's like, "Yo, I'm on vacation right now."
I remember that.
When I get back,
10 years ago. Damn.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. I feel like, wait, Jeezy's from Atlanta, right?
Yes.
So how about Jeezy and Gucci? That was a huge beef.
That was some street stuff.
That was a good ass point you just made. I can't even.
That was huge. That was huge, and
but that was
let New York have a beef like that.
Maybe Gucci getting locked up might have like changed some of that. Like,
no, they've been beefing for the longest. This is when Gucci was, and they were on blogs like deliberately saying.
As far as I know, they're still beefing right now. I'm just saying, like, maybe I don't think it brought the divide.
They're probably not beefing. They're probably just
like
it didn't divide the city. Like,
yeah, saying it was like their whole like.
I don't think 50 divided the city with not liking Ja Rule.
He did because his power. He had so much power at the time. So it was like, yo,
I think
he made niggas think like if I stand too close to Ja Rule, I got beef with 50.
Ja Rule is one person. That's 50, one person.
But a lot of
50 was
rapping Ja Rule before 50
Cent
came in the game.
Okay, but how many collaborations did Ja do outside of people on Murder Inc.?
Jennifer Lopez, he had stuff.
But we're talking about beef. 50's not gonna beef with J-Lo.
DMX, Ja had a song with like X. He had a song with Hove. He had a song.
But you think Hove and DMX are gonna say, Ja, I'm sorry, 50's beefing with you. I'm not. I don't think that.
50 Cent. Hove came at 50. I'm about to die. Who the fuck is 50 Cent?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like I don't think that those artists that you name were like, let me step away from Ja because 50's coming at him. I don't think they had that type of fear of standing next to Ja. I think they out of Hove and DMX.
Maybe not those two, but I feel like other artists.
Like who though?
Yeah. Like, but you gotta understand, 50 was that guy at that time.
He had so much power, man. 10 million on the first album.
Okay, I understand that, but Ja Rule is one person. How does that divide all of New York hip hop?
Because so much people were like rocking with like Ja before 50 came in there. Like so much people like
that's not dividing all of New York hip hop. Ja Rule and 50 Cent are the only New York hip hop artists.
But it's like, yo, Ja had mad friends in hip hop, a lot of friends in hip hop before 50 came in there. And 50's like, yo, I don't fuck with this guy. So all right, yo, I'm gonna be relentless to do a song with you. Mad people before when 50 Cent came in the game, like I don't think any New York rappers did songs with Ja besides like Fat Joe and Jadakiss. But
what I'm saying is I've never seen Ja really collaborate with that many New York hip hop. I'm not saying he hasn't, but to the point where it was like, oh, this is gonna divide New York hip hop. It was literally Murder Inc. versus G Unit. That's how I kind of viewed it. I never saw it as like it dividing New York because
it played a part.
It has to play a part because everything kind of
so then
did after that.
No. What do you? I don't.
What happened?
Maybe I'm not seeing this point.
But it's like, what happened with New York after that? Like Jay-Z had.
I think a new sound came in. It wasn't like New York hip hop.
My answer would kill New York hip hop was Soulja Boy though. That was my answer.
That's my point, yo. Like
I'm just trying to.
A new sound came in. I don't think 50's
him beefing with Ja and all that. It like, yo, there these New York cats are beefing. It leaves the door open for the ATL cats.
No, I don't think.
What? Yo,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that was it.
United, like had a big tour or something like that. And United, it would have been much harder for the ATL cast to come in.
No, I think that's a reach.
That's not a reach.
That's a reach. So they're like, okay, Ja and 50 are beefing. Let us come in with mumble rap and
that door was left open.
And crank that Soulja Boy and
Laffy Taffy.
And boom, this was the takeover. I don't even think they were. I think it was because to me, I feel like Ja and 50 beefing was way more interesting than Crank That.
It was interesting.
So it's like, I wouldn't even pay attention to Soulja Boy doing whatever because it's like, yo, 50 just dropped
But yeah, some
This.
people aren't into all that beef stuff. They want to hear, they want to like snap and dance.
But they
and
didn't. They
stuff.
weren't introduced to it yet, so they wouldn't have that.
I think the sound probably played more of a factor than 50. I think 50 was a small factor, like, and like maybe adding to like the awkwardness like in the city and shit.
Oh.
but for real, I think niggas just wanted a new sound, and that slowly killed New York.
I say play like a.
It was just cool to. It was.
But they're coming back though, so like who knows? Like Dave East, Cardi B, and A Boogie.
Those are the top three right now.
Album.
Oh, and West Side Gun and Conway too. It's on.
I don't know who that is.
You gotta listen to they're fire.
Listen, I'm honest, but
that's true. Don Q, how you
oh
doing
yes,
Don?
Don Q.
Don't do
sure.
that. Don Q is up there, but artists like I would like to see Don Q. I don't want him to go mainstream, but I want him to be able to make a.
But here's the thing, I don't see any of them having that much mainstream success besides Cardi. That's just me being honest.
A Boogie.
Maybe. I see A Boogie having more success
Because
than
I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the good thing about A Boogie is that he is reaching the female fan base. And I say this all the time to new artists or just in general.
That's the Drake factor.
Guys, yes. Fellas, you need to get the female audience. We buy tickets. We buy merchandise. We want backstage passes.
Yeah, niggas don't want all that.
Like guys, even if you guys,
I don't need to go
even
backstage.
if guys wanted all that, even if guys wanted to be that type of guy, society wouldn't let that personality be okay. So they would have to be like, yeah, I want to be in the front, but nah.
It's like two artists I would like shamelessly get backstage passes for, like tops.
But that's what I'm saying. So A Boogie is tapping into that demographic.
So yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. But his album was great though. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
He's singing to the ladies on there. He got Trey on there. He got Chris, and that is great to step into that entire demographic.
It might be a good segue to the Chris Brown album.
Oh yeah.
The 45 track.
That was good, bro. That was actually great.
Yeah, what do y'all think about the 45 track Chris Brown
I am actually really excited about this album.
Yeah, I want to hear that 45 tracks. You must have.
I am because I feel like I think.
Hold on, I'm about to get her. Go ahead.
I think Chris understands that royalty didn't impact the industry the way that he thought it would.
Okay.
And I think that he's kind of putting himself in a different position. I heard he's working with like different producers now, and I think he's getting back to the R&B and the hip hop like culture. So that's why I'm more excited, because that's when I like Chris Brown the most.
Okay. I'm gonna give a real answer, but first, would you be excited for a 45 track Neo album right now?
45 track Neo album. If it was an R&B album. Yes. If it was.
You want to hear 45 Neo?
I don't want to. No. Listen. I don't. Truthfully, I don't want to hear 45 songs. Period. But this is a double disc. So
that's true. That's fair. That is a lot of fucking songs.
It's a lot of songs. So because it is Chris Brown, I'm still going to listen to it. But it's a double disc, so it makes it sound different than it just being 45 tracks. If Neo dropped an R&B album,
it's a lot of R&B. I'm talking about Chris Brown's versatility though. He can do R&B and pop and rap. That's why he can.
So can Neo.
Neo can rap. When did this happen?
Oh no, not rap. You said pop and R&B. You didn't say anything.
I'm just talking about his 45 Chris Brown tracks.
Chris Brown is not a rap. I don't really like the way Chris Brown raps.
He's not the best rapper, of course.
I think Trey raps better than Chris.
Who?
Trey.
No. No. I heard all the Let Me Hold That beat mixtapes. I was forced to. Watching this.
You know what? Let me not say that. I hate the way Chris Brown sounds when he's rapping. I think Trey sounds better rapping. Does that make sense?
Maybe are you more attracted to Trey songs?
I am. But that's not it though.
Biased.
That's
a little.
This is why we.
No, okay. Voice wise, I don't know if that's something that you guys can answer. Voice wise, Trey does not sound better rapping.
I don't judge a nigga's bars by his voice.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm just being honest. I mean, we can talk about singing voice like all day, like, but I mean, I'm just being honest.
No, yeah, delivery.
Neither one of them are great rappers. Let's get that.
Yeah, they can flow though. Yeah. They both can flow.
For sure.
Anyways, okay, so Chris Brown can rap. And whatever.
45 track Chris Brown album. Like, I'm excited for it.
I am excited for it, but I hope that it's not all generic. Like
regular stuff, like girl this, girl that, tour this, tour that. Like it's more in-depth concepts.
He had a lot to talk about though. That's
He
why
had a lot to talk about with royalty, and all we got was
Alright.
the pop shit.
He had some real shit on there.
It was, but like I said before, the anticipation for it, I don't think that it didn't meet anything.
I don't know what it did like sales wise or anything.
Sales wise, I think he'll always do good because he has a huge fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like actually breaking down the album, it wasn't like he went to jail. He was going through all that stuff. I was waiting for like that song. I was waiting to hear like his story, like with everything that was going on. That's great content, and I feel like you got it with the one song for his daughter. I like that song.
Yeah,
I forgot what song that was. But I just thought the album was just going to be so... He just had so much to talk about.
But it's alright.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yo, Chris, if for some reason you're watching this, like, I love you, yo. You're a legend. Like,
He is a legend.
You're a great fucking artist. But, like, do you think America will ever, like, fully, like, re-accept him for all of the fucking that he's done? Because he's done a lot of fucking...
You know why? I think... You know why? Because it's tough. First of all, it's tough being... in the spotlight trying to recover from like those situations.
Yeah.
So wait, did you watch the documentary on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. I haven't watched it.
I watched it.
I've
seen the part that I
think something like that dropping and being released to society, it lets us in on like a different side of him. So even like with the situation, every situation that happened, what was the one when he went to the channel, what station was that? And they kept bringing up...
Good Morning America?
Yeah, and they kept bringing up... And I was getting a little upset. I'm like, why is... Let it go. Like, he's clearly trying to
get past
move on from the situation. Why do you keep bringing up... He has an album coming out. There's so much to talk about outside of what already happened. He did his probation. He did his time. Yeah. It shouldn't be brought up in every interview. And I feel like to this day, certain people will still try to bring up... Because... they want him to react because that's, what is it called? Clickbait or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like that's a headline. They know that if they get him to snap, people are gonna
tune in.
And that's where they want to take him. And I think Chris I think he's maturing in that sense.
I don't think he is.
No, I think he's trying to, but imagine.
He's trying to, yeah. I feel like he reacts. He gives them the reaction that they want. Like every time.
He's gotten better now.
He's way better.
He's got
people test him.
Maybe like this year. I'm just talking about like all the shit he said to Karuche, like all like that aggressive shit like he be doing. It's like you can't do that when you're known for what you're known for. You know?
But I also think, but in the documentary, he also discusses what happened when he was younger. His stepfather blowing his brains out, beating his mother.
Yeah. Someone told me that. They said like he was raised like where like that was the normal for him.
Yeah. So, but
doesn't make it right in any way.
No, it doesn't make it right. But ironically, all of that stuff shows in his personality, even though it's something that he's trying not to be. It's kind of what he knows in a sense. It's weird because it's like I know this is wrong, but I'm still gonna.
But he's a legend though already.
He is. Like, Chris Brown is definitely a legend. Yeah. He definitely still has some areas where he needs to
improve,
shape.
Well, he sings better than Neo.
No, he does not.
Nah, we can't get into that, man. This is gonna be all day.
He does not.
He dances better than Neo.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
He probably looked flyer in one of them hats than Neo.
Which hats?
The Neo hats. I don't know what they are.
Neo needs to always keep a hat on. He needs to. Because let's be clear. Neo needs to always keep a hat on. Anyways, but so I'm hyped for the album.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel about the 40 plus like songs though? Like, do you think that is going to
dancing all night to that shit?
I guess it's how do you think this album is going to be constructed? Do you think it's going to be party or just like?
Hopefully, it's something conceptual, tells like a story, and it's not a whole.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
So that would definitely be dope.
Because
I would be surprised if that happens though. I'm not
me too. Because like even on the verse that he had with A Boogie, I feel like he was kind of. What song is that with Chris Brown? You a Boogie fan right now.
Kissing and fucking or sucking and fucking.
That's so bad because if you
it's,
didn't hear the song, it sounds like
it's
that he was
like,
talking. It is, but it sounds like that I'm talking.
It's something like that.
I'm like, he was really going in, and that's the title of it. But nah, he was really. I think I'm right. He had a little storyline in there.
A little bit. His verse wasn't that long, but it was.
Yeah, I kind of want him to just.
We waiting for it though. We waiting for it.
We'll see, and I'm definitely gonna break that whole album down. When does it drop?
The 31st.
Yeah, I'm about to say that next week. Yeah.
Somebody. Gotti's album is about to drop too.
Oh, can we talk about how Gotti didn't want to drop the same day as Young Dolph? That's a funny topic. Just like a quick little.
I'm
jokes.
Team Gotti.
Team Gotti, really?
I've always been Team Gotti. I think Gotti's albums are phenomenal.
That's true. I'm just talking about like the beef factor, not even like the music. Just
beef?
Like,
Well,
I just feel like Young Dolph has to do something about how he keeps getting shot. Like,
he keeps getting shot, and then he keeps dropping an album too.
It's getting out of hand. It's not cool anymore. The 100 shot shit was cool, but like you can't get shot as promo for your album.
I don't know what's good these cats, man.
I don't know.
It's not 2003 anymore. Like it's not a good look. I fuck with Dolph heavy. I'm just saying. I don't like it. It's a bad look.
I hope Dolph has a speedy recovery. Clearly, he's definitely recovered if he dropped the album.
And everything.
But yeah, I think that whole situation, I hate that I hope it's not connected with anything music. I hope it's not. I wish it never happened, period.
Well, they're in the same city, so I think it's deeper than music.
Does anybody know where the Gotti and Dolph situation like stems from, or?
See, that's
he had beef with Black Youngster, I think.
Black Youngster had beef after the fact.
It was after?
Because Black Youngster signed with Yo Gotti. And then he just embraced that beef, kind of like on some 50 Cent shit. Pretty much. Like, oh, you're cool with him? I don't fuck with you.
Who do you like?
Who, me?
More.
I guess.
Is that even your...
It is. I'm picky when it comes to listening to people, but I'll give everybody a chance. But Yo Gotti's cool.
100 Shots is a classic song, just off of the background of the song in general.
Are you more Dolph or Gotti?
I'm more Dolph just because of the realness. Like I don't even know if he makes better music. I'm just talking about like the beef factor.
See, he's not even talking music.
I don't look for either of them as they're not rappers to me. Like they're rappers.
Gotti is definitely a rapper.
He's a rapper, but like he's not like I don't look at Gotti as like let me hear what Gotti about to say on this. Like,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
What?
He says real shit like Gucci. Like you know what I mean?
It's
different
do not
names.
Compare it to Gucci.
It's like it's lyrical niggas. It's niggas that's gonna say real shit. And
I know
mumble rap.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's trash. It's just like he's not gonna say much quotable shit. He's gonna say shit.
Gotti?
Like,
that's how I know you don't listen to Gotti's albums.
I have. I listened. The last one I heard was I Am.
I Am was like his first one.
Okay. Well, maybe you're right.
That was
I don't know what you want me to say. I'm honest, man. But like, I've heard loose tracks. You know what I mean? Like
no, you gotta listen to the album.
It's a lot of Yo Gotti.
We gotta get the so we can play these clips that I'm talking about.
I mean, I could be wrong. Like we could
You're definitely wrong.
in time.
Because like I was saying about Kodak Black, y'all saying he don't say some shit, and he does.
I don't think Kodak's a lyrical guy. He's not.
I'm not saying that he's lyrical.
That's what I'm saying. I put Kodak and Yo Gotti in that same lane. Like they're not trash rappers, but
they're not like garbage. But they're like there's not like some shit like you heard what he said.
Yeah, like I don't make that face like God. Like,
yeah.
Yes, you will do that with Gotti. You haven't heard the right Gotti song.
Maybe
you're
right.
All you guys hear is "Rake It Up" and stuff like that. Yeah.
LeBron James. That's like my favorite.
That doesn't count. That's not Gotti.
I love that song though.
How about what's the song with him and Wale? Respected and Neo. Yes.
I'll listen to
Wale, Respect That You Earn. That song was hard.
I don't think I heard that.
See, this is
I gotta listen to more of his stuff just to be totally honest.
You guys should, and I feel like you will become Gotti.
I mean, it's not like I'm not a Yo Gotti fan.
You just picked Dolph over. Well, you just went off a personality.
I just think the fact that he got shot 100 times and really
was it really 100 times?
He got shot at his bulletproof whip 100 times, and he really came out with
scary.
With an album called Bulletproof and a song called 100 Shots.
Live like that, yo. That's insane.
That's classic to me, yo. Like,
weren't they saying? I'm not saying this is Dolph's situation, so weren't they saying like back in the day people would like strategically make beef and like shootings to kind of like I think that's so corny.
Beef was commercial. back then, for sure.
I think that's so corny.
It is.
That's doing the most.
But that's like the only beef as far as like mainstream rappers where it's not like the Drake and Meek was just like, you don't write your rap, so like let me prove to you I'm better than you. Like this is the only beef really going on that's really on some like, oh, these niggas might die. Like and 2003 type beef.
Yeah, 2003.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think some people, I think a lot of, like when it comes to beef, some people beef and they'll just get, the beef is bigger than their career. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not trying to go all the way back, but like, what have we heard from Remy since Sheether? Like, because everybody
that's
was
true. That's a good point. What have you heard?
What have you heard from Remy since Sheether dropped?
She was on a couple. She was on a couple records.
That second track she did just killed her whole momentum.
I don't even. Yeah,
I don't know who was in her ear and told her that was a good idea. Cause like that just fucked up everything.
The song had me weak. I was like, "What is this?"
The hook was so terrible.
How did it go again? I forgot. It was another one.
Another one. She's thinking I was done. I came with another one.
I was like, she tried to do a Drake like that.
Yeah.
Papoose approved this.
I think she even said like I waited 5 days. Like I think she really.
She said something like that. But isn't that crazy? And I was saying this. Everybody was calling her the queen then, and I was like, I remember saying this. I was like, Cardi should be.
But Sherry, nah, she was too late.
No, she wasn't.
Yo, nothing popped for her when that time. Yo,
no.
This happened. What you think Remy won that beef?
Well, yeah, Remy.
Oh no. Oh, we're talking about. We're not saying who won the beef, but I was saying that I think someone told me they're going off of. Was it the BET Awards or the Hip Hop Awards?
BET.
They were going off a certain time period, and I think Cardi was past that time period, I guess. Yeah. But I'm just going off of like I'm not going off of BET's time period. I'm going off of what I was hearing at the time and to me, there wasn't one solo album out. Nothing. And I feel like she's been home for a good amount of time to drop one, right?
I heard that Fat Joe album was really bad, but I didn't hear
it's good. I like
it wasn't really bad.
Well, you said Lil Uzi album was good, so I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I only said there's a few tracks on it, but Fat Joe's album is good. Fat Joe has great albums.
I mean, I'm not playing anything from it still. There's like 2 songs from the Fat Joe.
The title was just weird in itself.
What was it?
It would turn me off.
Yeah, Platonos. Yeah, but his beats.
I forgot what that means. What does that?
Plateau or Plamo.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I forgot. I think he definitely explained it. Fat Joe's a genius though. But when it comes to Remy, I'm saying, what have you guys heard since from that? I think that beef was bigger than her career now.
Lean Back was the highlight of her career to me.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Feel So Good. That whole conceited whatever.
Oh yeah, but Lean Back was when I was like...
Yeah. Well, for you, because...
What?
I don't know.
She looked good in the conceited video.
I don't remember what she looked like.
But it's just like, it's weird, because like, I feel like Remy will never get off, like we were saying on camera about Dreezy, like... She's not as she's as fucked up as it sounds. I mean, like she's not attractive enough to be that girl.
I think
Cardi is.
Dreezy's pretty. Dreezy's pretty though.
She's pretty. She's not best female rapper pretty. Like I couldn't.
You guys are so shallow.
This isn't me. This is like
America. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like yo, same shit happens.
Dreezy can definitely be.
All right, I'll give you a better example. Tinashe. I love her.
Tinashe's lit.
I was having a conversation with someone the other day. Like Tinashe,
she should be.
But the reason she'll never be like the Rihanna or someone like that, she's not slutty enough. Like she's. I
don't want to say.
She has her moments,
but slutty, but she's not. A lot of her music is.
No, not her music.
And I seen her in concert. She's definitely.
No, but not.
Get down
not
and.
Enough. She can dance, just like she can twerk.
No,
like
but I'm saying her best songs are those. I don't want to say slutty, but. Very sexy songs.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure she has like sexual songs.
Rihanna's not slutty either. We're gonna.
Whoa! I'm not trying to slander Rihanna. I love Rihanna.
You said she's not slutty enough.
But Rihanna has that slutty lane, does she not? Like, for lack of a better word.
Great. What is a slutty lane?
I'm not calling Rihanna a slut.
What's the slutty lane?
The slutty lane.
Who's
is
in there?
Overexposure of your body to prove a point or mark.
Thank you, gentleman Jamal. Thank you.
That's why
Jamal's here to translate my bullshit. But yeah.
Okay, so who's in the slutty lanes?
Okay, Lil' Kim was in the slutty lane.
The queen, just like the mascot right there.
Okay.
Foxy Brown Foxy Brown only was competition because she was almost as slutty as Lil' Kim. Like Foxy almost. Brown. That's why she almost took that spot. But nah.
Nicki Minaj.
I don't like the term slutty, but
I'm just can't think of a better word. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I'm just saying like.
So Nicki.
Who else?
Okay, so you're saying I
Remy
see what
said-
you're saying now. So
Yeah.
you're saying somebody like Remy
Cardi.
can't go.
Cardi B. Yeah.
Remy can't be in the slutty lane.
No, she can't. Like, no matter what she does, it's like Remy could post a nude picture right now. If Nicki posts a pic in a dress, I'm looking at the Nicki pic. Honestly, like that's. I mean, she's not ugly, but it's just like that's not. I don't go to Remy like, damn, like it was a long ass time during that Remy and Nicki beef. Like, I'm gonna say some shallow shit right now. Like, I forgot that Nicki was like getting killed in that beef because every time I got on Instagram, I just seen a new pic. Like, god damn, look at Nicki. Like fuck Sheether. Like, it's real on
Facts,
Instagram
like,
right
lie,
now.
yo.
Like, the fuck. Like, yeah, I mean, that's just hey, like, and Nicki knows what the fuck she's
I hate
doing.
you
Like,
guys.
when she was with Meek Mill, you ain't see none of that, right?
That's true.
Like,
No, yes, you
not,
did.
Not none, but like not as much. But like when she's beefing with Remy or trying to get active again, every day you get on Instagram. It's a
Well,
Nicki
she
Minaj
was
pic.
also filming a lot of videos during that time.
That's fair. That's fair.
All of those pictures are from videos
Not
that
all
were.
of them. Not all of them.
Yes.
Not all of them.
The red fish net thing, the pink thing, that was for the Yo Gotti video. All of those pictures were when she
A
was
lot of
shooting
them were
videos.
from the Yo Gotti video. I'll give you
And
that.
the other one was when she was for the song with Future.
And she had another one for No Frauds. Like she had a couple like videos.
Those were all for videos.
Not all.
And No
promise
Frauds
you
was
not
lit.
all.
Did you like that song?
It was okay.
I liked it. I like Drake's verse. a
If
lot.
it wasn't, if it
was
wasn't
just a
like,
song.
yeah. If it wasn't billed as
You didn't
the,
like it?
If it wasn't billed as the Remy
That's
response, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Like,
But honestly, I did like her verse though. Her verse wasn't trash.
it wasn't.
Her verse was solid, but I get in terms of.
As far as
Hey.
a comeback, like it wasn't.
But you know what's crazy? I guess being that big of an artist, if you respond to someone that's nowhere near your level, just like if you retweet someone that's nowhere near on your level, or just anything, you give anybody any type of shine, you bring your brand to their brand. So it's like a lot of the time it's like, if I respond, if I make this a big situation, you will gain more than I can. Like, what is
Thank you.
what is
But I
Nicki
do not
gaining
respond
from?
to anybody at all.
No, but
He
that's
did a
the,
song for Jamal. He's like, this is why I don't be responding to y'all. Like,
that's the problem though with the Nicki and Remy thing though. Like I feel like Nicki thought, like in a way she was like the Drake in the situation, like the Drake Meek Mill, but it's like,
Great. That's a
but
great
the like as far as like career, she was the Drake in this situation,
Yeah.
but like the public perception of her at the time wasn't as high as the public perception of Drake was at the time.
Yeah.
Like it would take a hell. I don't think it's possible to end Drake honestly, but like it would take a lot to fucking end Drake, especially during that time when Meek tried it. Like
Well, I think-
when Remy tried to end Nicki was kind of vulnerable. It's like it's
Yeah, I
what
think-
I'm trying to say.
yeah, I think her also being a female makes it that much more difficult. I
And
think.
y'all and females as fans are more fickle than men. Like we'll be more loyal to like I mean.
I've been pretty loyal throughout
Yeah.
everybody that I rock with.
But
I haven't been.
You're one of the bars
flip-flopping.
though. You're one of the bars. I'm talking about like the females that are in limbo. Like they'll bounce back and forth between.
Yeah, okay, I get what
yeah,
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Like, it was
Some of the
like
bars.
some of my friendships became weird over that Drake and Meek Mill beef. Like you think I'm playing, but like I'm serious. Not like niggas really had beef, but just like niggas come over, we smoking or whatever, and just like start playing a Dream Chaser track. I'm looking at them like, bro, Back to Back just dropped a couple days ago. What the fuck you playing this nigga for? Like, you know what I mean? Like
People
I
out
don't-
here, yeah. A lot of people out here don't really rock with the whole Drake thing.
With the what?
Like Drake's movement, they're more Philly, Meek Mill.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So you,
I'm from
you,
Philly myself, so I understand
Of
it. but I
course,
mean,
yeah. So you was
So it's a
definitely gonna.
There was a couple niggas I had to like, all right, we can't chill. We at war right now. Like,
That's a fact.
yeah.
That was good. Let's talk about.
Lil Uzi. Did you want to talk about that now?
Yeah.
Oh no, we can go to the
Jamal's
other topic.
favorite,
Of course, y'all talking about Nicki Minaj. You know, she had a statement. Well, she was
yeah.
misquoted
Smart.
in the media about how she supposedly brought female hip hop back to the forefront. But later on Instagram, she had like a long description giving props to all the female MCs, including her rival, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, and everything. So, do you guys feel like she did, or did she just brought it back at a time when female hip hop was pretty much deceased?
The floor is yours.
I think, first of all, I think her explaining. It's sad that she had to explain herself in the first place because if you listen to what she said that she reintroduced female hip hop to mainstream. She didn't say, I am mainstream hip hop. So it's just like, once again, that goes back to, it's called clickbait, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, all of that is just clickbait, like people trying to twist her words to stir up more beef.
To get more traffic on their site.
Exactly, even if it's completely off, and it really was, and that's the shit that gets me so pissed off about media these days, or just people being able to have a platform to just say whatever the hell they want and make it look like an article. I've read articles where it looked real to me, but the shit was totally like off. Like, this is not even real.
To be blatantly lying.
Yeah, and so you really just gotta check you gotta check your sources.
I think Nicki's one of those, like, we're gonna look back at her career and like we'll appreciate her more.